Let's have a look at the gamma textbook, exercise 4.02, question 13. And I've chosen this one because this time we've only got the denominator on part of the left-hand side, but we also end with a negative on the right-hand side. So let's see what we do here. So again, we've got two different ways of doing this one. First way is to multiply everything by 4. So I'm actually going to do that first of all this time. Last time I didn't, I did it the other way, but I'm going to multiply everything by 4. And in doing so, I'll get rid of the denominator, but I'm also going to end up with a whole lot of other numbers as well. So let's have a look what we got. So x on 4 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. So I'm going to multiply this by 4, everything on both sides by 4. Well, of course, 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I can just cross that out now. I'll put a 1 in front of the x. Of course, 1 times x is just x. I put an x there. I got a negative 3 times a positive 4. Well, when I'm multiplying integers, if one of them is negative, they're both negative. The whole answer is negative. If they're both negative or they're both positive, then this would be a plus something. But 3 fours are 12. One of them's negative, so it's minus 12. Keep the equals under each other as best I can. Negative 1 times 4, again, one of them's negative, so it's going to be negative 4. And I've got a negative 12. And this time, of course, I'm going to add 12 to both sides to get rid of the negative 12. Now, negative 12 and negative 12 is, of course, 0, leaving me on the side, on the left side, with an x. And now I've got 12 and a negative 4, or negative 4 and 12. Or you could just say 12 minus 4. And 12 minus 4 is just 8. And there is my answer. Now, I could have done it the other way. Now, let's have a look at doing it the other way. So I'm going to take the x on 4 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Now, this time I'm going to remove the negative 3 first because I want, obviously, unknowns on the left-hand side, knowns on the right. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I'll restate the problem. Oh, sorry, that's going to be x, isn't it? What am I doing? That's an x on 4. That looks pretty awful, doesn't it? In fact, I'm actually just going to rub that out. That doesn't sit well with me. Okay, here we go. Sorry, that was my bad. Okay. Let's make it slightly neater. I do apologize. All right, so here we go. So now I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Here we go. Add 3 to both sides. Of course, 3 and negative 3 is 0, leaving me with an x on 4 is equal to, now I've got a 3 and a negative 1. If you like, that's 3 minus 1. There's no difference between negative 1 plus 3 and 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1, of course, is 2. Now I want to get rid of the denominator, and I have to multiply both sides in this case by 4. So multiply this by 4, multiply this by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. That's 1 times x. And of course, 1 times x is just x. And 2 times 4 is 8. And you'll notice we've got the same answer as we got last time. So another way, two different ways of getting to the same place.